Hey everyone, and welcome back to my S-Rank series for Cuphead. Today I'll be taking on Cala Maria. The biggest problem with this fight is that if she stacks certain abilities at once, there's times when you literally can't avoid getting hit. Now there are plenty of things you can do to avoid getting yourself in that situation though, and once you have that figured out, she's actually not that bad. Since this is an airplane fight, the only thing we have to talk about is which charm to take. And for the first time, I'm going to recommend the Whetstone. There's one attack in particular that gets way easier if you have this on, and it can otherwise be hard to deal with. I'll tell you all about it when we get there, but for now, let's get started. Cala Maria has 6 different abilities in the first phase, and the order they trigger in changes every time. The first attack won't stack up with any others, but from then on she'll activate 2 of them at once. The first one I'll see in this run is the red fish. It shoots 4 volleys of fireballs in a spread pattern before slipping out of her arms. Watch for shots that you can parry and try to stay near the top left of the arena to both avoid getting hit by the fish and to give yourself the most time to react to the projectiles. Next is the seahorse. It doesn't really attack per se, but the stream of water will try to push you upwards, which makes dodging other attacks more difficult. Try to move in a big circle when this appears, so that you can reduce the amount of time that you spend getting hit by the water. Third is the ghost attack. She'll summon 3 at a time, and while it looks intimidating at first, all you have to do to avoid it is move from the top of the arena to the bottom, or vice versa. Now this attack was paired with the seahorse this time, so I happen to be moving in a circle pattern anyway. Fourth, we have the pufferfish. They'll float from the bottom of the screen to the top, and there will be gaps between them that you can fly through. However, they can also be destroyed, and this is exactly why I recommended the Whetstone earlier. Some can be parried regardless, but with the Whetstone you can parry every last one of them, which simplifies this phase significantly, especially depending on the other attacks that can stack with it. Good luck weaving between the pufferfish while avoiding the ghosts, for example. But if you can fly through them instead of around them, even dodging that combination becomes feasible. The turtle didn't show up during my winning run, so let me show you that one real quick before we get back to our regularly scheduled program. He'll fire spiked balls 3 times as he travels across the bottom of the screen, so you don't want to be above him. When the spiked balls reach the top of the screen, they explode into multiple projectiles which you'll have to weave through. The ideal play here is to stay to the left and slightly above center screen. This will prevent you from getting hit by the spiked balls while also keeping you out of line of the shrapnel that flies horizontally. Then you just have to watch for those diagonal shots. The last attack is the yellow fish, which I didn't discuss before, but it showed up in my winning run. This one will fire electrified dolphins that home in on you. For these, you just want to fly around them in little circles until they give up on chasing you. In Phase 2, she'll turn into a Medusa, and this is where the luck comes in. There are only 2 attacks in this phase. Cala Maria herself can turn you to stone, which you then have to wiggle out of by moving or mashing other buttons. Technically, you can avoid this beam if you go above or below her head, but then that gives you very little room for dodging the second attack. She'll call in these eels throughout the phase that fire in a spread pattern, though some of the shots can be parried. I highly recommend that you hold on to a special for the start of this phase. Wait for the full group of eels to show up before you blow them up. As you'll see, I got a little impatient waiting for that moment in the recording, but do as I say here and not as I do. Trust me. When you don't have a special to lean on, focus your attacks on the eels at all times before hitting the boss. This will cut down on the amount of luck you'll need to avoid shots while you're petrified. In the last phase, you'll be chasing her Medusa head through a tunnel full of coral. You'll take damage if you touch the coral, and there will also be spiked obstacles that spawn in the tunnel as you go. The head can shoot poisonous skulls that move in a wave pattern, and she can still shoot a beam that turns you to stone. You can't really avoid it this time even if you want to, so my best advice is to put yourself in line with the gaps between obstacles long before you actually get there. Then if she decides to petrify you, you should still have plenty of time to break free before the obstacles make it to you. And that's it for Cala Maria. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like or comment to help boost the channel, and consider subscribing to see similar content in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.